Bixby and Lou Ferrigno, Eric Bana, Edward Norton, and now Mark Ruffalo. All of these men have played the same iconic Marvel comic book character, the Incredible Hulk. Bill Bixby did it first and coined one of the greatest catchphrases in all of pop culture history. He would say, "Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry." And as a kid, I would go crazy when he said it, often pointing at the television, screaming to my mother and grandmother, "He said it. Did you hear him? He said it." With a confused look that was borderline concern, they would smile at me, then look at each other. The original version, played by Bill Bixby as David Banner and Lou Ferrigno as the Hulk, was pretty much what you would get in an action hero TV show back then. There was Shazam, Isis, and the Bionic Man. Others too, of course, but these were some of the big ones. They had the same formula. The villains would get tossed through the air and land in trash or on a table or sometimes thrown through a wall. The hero would run up or fly up to them and pounce down in front of them. Then when they would try to escape in a car, the hero would grab the back of the car and stop it from moving, and they would run out of gas, or their car would throw a rod or something. I never really knew why the car didn't work after the hero grabbed it, but it never did. And then the hero would run or fly away just as the police showed up and took away an exhausted criminal, usually sitting next to the evidence. For the time, this was highbrow sci-fi superhero adventures. Then there came Eric Bana and Taiwanese filmmaker Ang Lee. They made a movie simply called Hulk, and for whatever reason they decided to make it very comic booky. And in my humble opinion, not in a good way. The movie was cut and edited so that there were comic panel templates throughout the film. They knew but couldn't show that the Hulk was getting stronger as he got angrier. So they just made him bigger. That's not how that works. Well, in this particular universe, that is exactly how it works. But yeah, it really didn't work. Not really. Just the same, this movie had a box office gross of $245 million on a budget of $187 million, so it brought home less than double its cost to make. That movie was released in 2003. The next attempt at a Hulk movie was in 2008. This one starred Edward Norton as Banner and a CGI, or computer-generated image, as the Hulk. Norton was a pretty big actor at the time and had some impressive hits under his belt. There was Fight Club, American History X, and Primal Fear. I was sure he would be great as Banner. And he was extremely okay. This movie was done with a little more money behind it, $155 million, and had a recognized Hulk villain, the Abomination. It also had a stronger cast and was filmed in a better format. They amped up the violence and even teased the audience with a second favorite Hulk villain, the Leader. This movie was, again, in my option, a considerably better movie than the original, but it still fell a little short. It had a box office gross of $264 million, also falling under the box office expectations. Then, finally, the perfect storm. Marvel teams with Disney and hired Mark Ruffalo. Not nearly as well-known actor as Norton, but perfect just the same. He had the "trust me, I'm a scientist" vibe, and his ability to control the scene even in the face of more seasoned actors was and is great. He also plays the Hulk in the CGI, and that helps to add to his portrayal. There can be an honest debate about which monsters played better, but this is really a personal opinion of who I think did it better. And to me, and clearly to most moviegoers, it's Ruffalo. His movies grossed more than $11 billion collectively. Now, of course, he was not the only star in these movies, and he wasn't even the only superhero. But until he does a solo Hulk movie, this is the measurement of his box office. Now, that's what I think. But more importantly, what do you think? Now that we've had a chance to talk about this video, let's talk some more in the comments. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Popcorn Passport.